Dad, today it looks like I'm going to be able to leave school early.
I knew that was going to happen. We have a hurricane approaching us after all, right? I've been tasked with choosing whether to leave work early or stay here and risk being trapped when the full force of the storm comes.
What? Are there actually people willing to stay there?
Well, this place is running 24/7 since it's a factory after all. So people can technically stay here as long as they need to. Some people here are saying they'll wait until the eye of the storm and then make a break for home, while others will just stay the whole time. Well, I'll probably choose to leave work today and come home before any of that, though.
I see. So you plan to be home for the rest of the day then?
Well, I'll be home by around 3 or 4 today, I think. As long as everything goes to plan.
Well then, I'll be home a little bit before you then today.
Ah, I see.
Have you called Mom about any of this yet?
I tried giving her a call just a second ago, but she never answered me.
I did the same thing, and she never answered me either. I wonder if she's out getting groceries right now, so that we have enough things during the worst of the storm.
I'm sure that's the case.
Well, I'm going to have lunch with my friends really quick before making my way home. See you later!
Alright. Make sure to have a safe trip home then.
Will do. Please, just pick up your phone. I need your help. Just reply to me or something, Dad.
What's going on with you, Sky? Are you hurt?
The house!
The house?
Right now, the house is on fire and I can't do anything about it.
What did you just say?
I wasn't able to get a hold of Mom either, so I had to call you over and over. Right now, the fire department is here and they're trying to put it out, but you need to come home now. I don't know what to do or how all of this happened.
Alright. On my way now. No answer. No answer. Are you alright? No answer. No answer. Where are you right now, Shelby?
Oh, hi, Logan. Aren't you supposed to still be at work? It's not good to slack off and try talking to me all day when you work at a factory like that.
Where are you right now?
Me? I've been off work all day since my part-time job is closed, so I'm just relaxing at home.
Huh?
I'm not really sure what you're going on about, but I have a fire going right now, so can we talk later?
You have a fire going?
I'm about to put the pot on the stove to fry some things up, so I was getting the stove nice and hot. We are going to be having corn dogs for dinner today, so I hope you'll be looking forward to those.
Listen.
Hmm?
Actually, I'm gonna be at work all night tonight. Right now, the hurricane has gotten really bad out there, and none of us here are gonna be able to go home. I'll be getting paid overtime and everything to keep working, but I won't be home until after the storm has passed.
Really? Is that so? Well, that means tonight it will just be Sky and me at the house.
No. Actually, she is planning on staying at one of her friends' houses. It's a lot closer to her school.
Oh? So they didn't get a half day of school today with the whole hurricane passing through? I thought they would have had the day off before it came so that she could make it home. And, she never told me about going to her friends.
Well, they still do have a half day, but she said they wanted to hang out a little after getting out, and, well, now the storm is too bad for her to leave their house. She told me she tried giving you a call about it earlier, but you never answered it. So she called me instead to ask if it was okay.
Oh, I see. You're right. Now that I'm looking at it, she was trying to call me earlier. Well then, that means the three of us will all be sleeping in different locations tonight.
That appears to be the case. Well, I'm gonna get back to work now, alright?
Sounds good. Good luck working an extra shift tonight.
Sky, are you doing alright?
Yep, just before things started to get really bad outside, I made it over to Aunt May's house. She started to make some of my favorite snacks just a second ago, so I'm starting to calm down a bit after what I just had to see.
I see. I'm sorry to have to say this, but for a little while, I think you'll be staying with Aunt May. I've also talked with your school about what's happened, and it looks like they'll allow you to take a little while off to deal with what's at hand.
Oh, thank you. Where are you at then, Dad?
I'm at work, in the break room, taking some time to think. I talked with my manager, and he told me I could stay in the break room for a while, and take time to deal with what's happened, and even sleep now if I want.
I see. The whole house is gone now, right?
That's what it seems like.
I still haven't been able to get in touch with Mom at all.
I was able to text her just a little bit only a second ago.
Wait, really? Where the heck has she been all this time?
Well, about that. She told me she's at home right now.
Even now?
I really don't want to think about what all is going on with her, but... Well, I just told her that you would be staying at one of your friends' houses for the night. One that's closer to school than our house.
Okay.
I know you were probably hoping to hear that Mom was out shopping or something, but what I've just brought up probably left you with even more questions. Sorry, Sky. I'm sure you can catch a hint at what's going on here, and if you have, then I'm really, really sorry. I hope you don't mind me lying to her about your current situation.
I'll be fine, Dad. And honestly, Dad, I knew something was going on with Mom a while back, but never knew quite what it could be.
What?
Did you not notice anything strange about Mom when she was at home? I'm sure you've already started looking into what would be causing her to act all strange, right? Have a friend follow her, or get someone to start an investigation?
Sky? Well, I plan on doing that now. I never really did notice anything wrong with Mom until now, but because of this, I'm talking with a detective as we speak. But due to the hurricane, they won't really be able to do much physically until it's over and everything goes back to normal. And, well, I've actually been wanting to wait on telling you about all of this until after I found some things. But I guess you already noticed something was up long before me.
Yeah, I guess I have then.
I'm sorry for hiding this from you, even though you already knew.
Dad? Just make sure you don't get too worked up over what you might find, okay? And also, the most important thing is to not strain yourself too much trying to find the answer.
Alright. Thank you, Sky.
Hey, you! Listen to me, Logan. What has happened here? House. What's happened to our house?
Shelby. Hello. Were you able to make it back to the house this morning alright?
This is... the house. Our house. Is this what's left of it after burning down?
Yes. What you're seeing right now is all we have left of the house. Luckily, there was nobody that got injured or lost their life. But what the fire department told me is that with all the wind, and the fact that nobody was home to take care of the fire when it first started, the whole place was lost. Had it been any regular kind of day, the fire department could have at least saved half the house. But having to battle the fire with the winds the hurricane was bringing, there was not much they could do about it.
Huh? Oh, wait a second. When you and I were texting one another yesterday, the house was already gone?
Well, that's the case, Shelby. Sorry for texting you after the fire. I'd like to let you know that everything was lost in the fire. And I mean everything.
What? What are you talking about? I am shocked to see that the whole house got burnt down and is lost now with everything that was in it. Wait, where is Sky at? Is she all right?
I told you already that there were no casualties of any kind. So, she's fine. As of right now, I have her staying over at my little sister's house. For the time being. She's going to be going to school from that house, and we'll be calling it home.
Ah, I see. Well, that's good to hear. And what about you, Logan? Where are you at now?
I'm in my work's break room. I've been in here all night, trying to wait out the storm and working on resolving all my current issues.
I see. Well then, since this has happened to us, I assume it's all right for me to head over to your little sister's house as well and stay there. I'm sure you'll show up later as well, right?
Nope. I'm kindly asking that you do not go over to her house.
What? Why can't I go? My parents' house is very far from here, so I don't have anywhere else to go.
Tell me, Shelby. Where have you been all night?
Huh? After our house had burnt down, you said to me that you had the stove on and were planning to make corn dogs for dinner. No, that was something else.
What house were you at then? You told me you were at home all day because you didn't have to work.
I was actually over at my friend's house at the time, and that's kind of what I was talking about. There weren't any problems at the time.
Shelby, I know about how you were with one of your friend's husbands last night. I was informed by her that she had to go back to her parents' house for the week due to a death in the family, and would be taking the kids with her. She told me her husband was on a business trip, and that's why their house was empty of anyone when I went over there. I now know that you went to a hotel with her husband though last night, and that's where you both stayed. Originally, you had only planned on staying there during the day until before Sky and I got home. But, due to the hurricane, I told you I'd be staying the night at work, and Sky would be at her friend's house. And so you went ahead and extended your stay at the hotel with him after learning the news from me.
Wait. What are you...
And once the hurricane had passed, you aimed to be home just before I could get home from the factory. But when you made it home this morning, the house was in ashes, right? This is all I know of what happened so far, but you can probably agree that all of this is true.
No way. Why? How?
Sky had told me that she had noticed something was up with you for a while now, and I only realized that yesterday when the house was on fire and I spoke to you after. Because of that, I had an investigation started. They couldn't get to work until after the storm. So, all night long I was doing loads of research.
You started a what?
An investigation. I needed to get some professional help with this.
What about my privacy, though?
You get no privacy when you start cheating on your own husband.
But...
Don't worry. Your friend has been made well aware of all of this as well.
Huh? What the hell are you doing?
As I told you, I wasn't the only one aware of you cheating. Sky has noticed something going on for a long time.
Really?
I know I'm not the most observant of people, so she must have gotten those genes from you or something. But she was right about what she was thinking, and was ready for a day like this.
You're kidding.
Sky has told me that if we get a divorce, she wants to come with me.
What? No way she'd do that to me. I'm not going to let you get custody of her.
Sky is not 17 years old, Shelby. She is about to be old enough to choose who she wants to call her parent, and who she doesn't want to. And it seems to me like you'll never be seeing her again in your life.
Really?
Sky is in pain right now. She is suffering from a very deep wound to her heart, and it will take a very long time to heal. Not only did she just lose the house that she grew up in all her life, but now she lost her mother in it as well. She noticed something was up with you, but never wanted to think it was because you were cheating on me. Yet, here we are now, at the worst outcome. And you think it's just her that's hurt by all of this? No. Right now, I'm on the verge of crying, and my heart is practically shattered. You've really done it this time, Shelby. I hope something like this doesn't scar Sky as badly as it may.
Logan!
If you still have an ounce of thought left for how she might be feeling right now, then you should know to never come around either one of us again.
Logan. She is my daughter as well, though. What about my friend? You all have to understand that what I did was just for the thrill.
You thought as a married woman, it was okay to get a thrill by having sex with another man at that hotel room while your house is on fire? I'm not even able to laugh at something like that.
This was never supposed to happen, though.
A few days later, Shelby made her way over to my sister's house saying that she wanted to see her daughter. But without even letting her see where she was, Sky let out a huge scream saying that she hated Shelby, which nearly shattered the windows. When hearing that, Shelby knew that it was over, and gave up before leaving the property. As for the house, it appears the reason for the fire starting had to do with a cigarette butt that wasn't totally extinguished. And after some questionings from the police about it, it turns out that it was Shelby that had thrown the cigarette butt onto the carpet when her friend's husband arrived to take her to the hotel. Of course, she was fined by the city for this, and would later be sued by me for burning the house down. Along with suing her for that, I was also able to get a settlement from both her and her friend's husband in the divorce. After all of that had been settled, Shelby moved out of the city, and into a smaller town to the north, where she's found herself a new place to live all by herself, working a new job to pay off all the fines and settlements. When it comes to my daughter and I, we are able to move into housing provided by the company I'm working for. It'll be some time before we're both able to get back to the lives we like to call normal, but as long as we have one another, we both feel loved and safe. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story.
Mrs. Zimmerman, I put the papers from A Corporations on your desk, so take care of them, please. I need them done by tonight.
What? Oh, hello, Miss Forbes.
Hi, just take care of the papers, will you? And make sure you don't make any mistakes. Just because you're 65 years old and just a part-time worker doesn't mean you can do a lousy job.
Hold on, Miss Forbes. I won't be able to finish these by tonight. Today and tomorrow's a day off for me.
What? Why are you just taking a day off?
I told you this already, right? I needed you to hand in the papers by yesterday since I wouldn't be available today and tomorrow.
What? You never told me such a thing. Anyways, we need these neat papers done by tomorrow morning. You can't just say you're not available because you're on vacation or something.
Are you being serious right now? Why not ask the manager what to do about it instead of complaining to me, the part-time worker?
What? What do you mean ask the manager? This is your job. Don't you get paid to do this?
Complaining about it by text isn't going to get those papers done, you know? You need to ask the manager what to do.
Huh? Stop trying to make other people do your work for you. Why are you acting so superior anyways? You're just a part-time worker, right? You seem to not understand. Unlike you, I'm actually a contracted employee at this company.
I know that. You just graduated from an elite college, right?
Oh, I get it. So is that the reason? You're looking down on me since I'm new here, right?
I'm not trying to act superior, but I need you to do your work properly.
Huh? What's with the attitude? You think the others are going to forgive you talking to me like this? I'm gonna tell the CEO about this.
Just what exactly are you trying to say?
People your age should already be retired. But here you are working part-time. I wonder why. Do you have some sort of huge debt or something? Unlike me, who graduated from college and is guaranteed to be promoted soon, you're just an uneducated good-for-nothing that receives a salary for doing nothing, right? And to think that I was trying to help you contribute to the company by doing some work for once. What kind of person just takes a day off suddenly and refuses to do work? You're so impolite. Don't you have any manners?
Miss Forbes, are you done talking now?
What?
I only took a day off since it's exactly 1 year since my mother passed away. I'm actually quite busy right now, so let's end this conversation.
Huh? Come to the office and take care of these papers right now.
I can't even if I wanted to. I'm currently 4 hours away from the office.
4 hours? Just where exactly are you right now?
It doesn't matter where I am right now. I can't take care of those papers for you. Period. Will you please just ask the manager what to do already? Didn't they teach you this during training? Always tell the manager if you have a problem. Especially if it's something unexpected.
Why are you just telling me this now? This is going to make me look so bad, and it's all your fault.
How is this my fault? I told you to give me the papers by yesterday, right? This is your own fault, Miss Forbes. Even if you are a new employee, you've been working here for 10 months already now, right? And you still can't even do such basic things as reporting to the manager? You've made me lose my temper. Goodbye then. I'll see you next week.
What? Wait! You're just going to leave? What's with the attitude, though? Just who exactly do you think you are? You're just a part-time employee here. You can't be replaced anytime, do you hear me? You better know your place or face the consequences.
Good evening, Miss Zimmerman. Sorry for disturbing you on your day off. I'd heard it's been exactly 1 year since your mother passed away. You have my condolences. Anyways, we took care of the papers from A Corporations.
Good evening, Mr. Rowland. Thanks for taking care of the papers for me. Sorry for causing a hassle.
Don't be. It's not your fault. I heard Mrs. Forbes forgot to get them to you before your leave. Still though, Mrs. Forbes' attitude is just too much.
Tell me about it.
Yes, it's true that she does do her job better than most of the other new employees, but she just has no respect for others.
She's probably acting this way because she did so well on the project we asked her to take care of to test her skills.
She only did well because you're supporting her. The other new employees who also did well understand that they only succeeded because of your help. And I've been modestly learning from our senior employees and asking for advice ever since. Mrs. Forbes, on the other hand, thinks it was all her doing and is getting overconfident.
It looks like it. Having confidence isn't a bad thing, but having too much is.
So you think so too? Should we ask her to take care of that project?
What project?
We've been asked by headquarters to send 2 new employees to work on a deal we're going to make with D Corporations from America. We were planning on sending you as well to support these 2 new employees. The best in our company are also going to be involved in this, so I thought it would be a good educational opportunity for Miss Forbes. You know, teach her that there are people much more competent than her.
I see.
If this still doesn't work, we'll have to think things through again, though. I don't want to have to fire her.
This proves that I'm the best. I haven't even been working here for 1 year yet. I was chosen to take part in a project involving a company from America. It must be because I graduated an elite university and because of my past successes.
Miss Forbes, 2 new employees were going to be chosen to participate in this trade deal with D corporations from the start, as a way for them to gain experience and educate the future leaders of this company. How people evaluate you depends on the work you do from now. You haven't been proven to be the best yet. Don't get that wrong.
Yeah, it's not really convincing coming from a 65-year-old part-time worker. Why do you keep talking like this to your company? Anyways, you're only going to be coming with me as a support, right? Which means you have to do what I say.
That's not what me supporting you means.
Yeah, stop talking back at me. You should probably watch your attitude.
Funny, because I wanted to say the same exact thing.
Good evening, Miss Erngin. I told Miss Swartz she would be working on the deal with D corporations from America this morning. What was her reaction?
Good evening, Mr. Rowland. I received some pretty amusing texts from her this afternoon. She says that this proves she's the best, and that I have to do what she says as her support.
I see. I did tell her that you would be only there to give her advice, not to do what she says, though.
Mr. Rowland, did Miss Forbes get into this company using connections?
Oh, so you know this.
More or less. Wasn't the CEO's wife's maiden name Forbes?
Yes, Mrs. Forbes is her cousin's daughter.
I see.
Please don't tell this to the others. The CEO told her that if she uses her position to do harm, she would be fired immediately. I know it's a hassle, but please take care of her for just a bit more.
I understand.
Ms. Zimmerman, can you make the presentation in Japanese for tomorrow's meeting?
I wondered who was sending me texts on my office phone at this hour. Aren't you supposed to take care of that? I'm supposed to make an English presentation based off the presentation you make in Japanese.
Let's switch roles. You make the presentation in Japanese and I'll translate it into English.
The reason you weren't tasked with the job of making the presentation in Japanese is so that you can gain experience.
No, I don't need experience. I'm already guaranteed a promotion. It'll be better this way since I can check for any mistakes you make while translating it into English. If you understand, then hurry up and prepare for our presentation in 2 weeks.
Good morning, Miss Forbes. You aren't here yet. Are you going to be late? We have a meeting with D corporations from 1500. I also have a few questions regarding the English presentation you made. You see, I don't quite understand what you're trying to say in a few places.
Oh, sorry. I caught a cold and can't speak well.
What? Really? But the representatives from D corporations came all the way from America, so we can't just really cancel this meeting. That means we have to get someone else to do the presentation you were supposed to do.
Why don't you do it?
What?
I'm saying that you should do the presentation in English instead of me.
Well, I guess that's the best option. The presentation was only finished yesterday, and I'm the only other person who's seen it yet.
But you can't speak English, right? You're just a 65-year-old part-time worker. It can be helped, so I guess I'll have to come.
I understand. I'll do the English presentation in your place.
What? Are you being serious?
Do you have any objections?
Can you even speak English?
A bit, yes. Anyways, I have to go over some things with the others, so bye now.
Stop trying to act tough.
Take care with your cold.
Fine, it's not my problem if you embarrass yourself. Are you serious? You can speak English that well?
Oh, you came to the meeting halfway through, right? How's your cold?
Who cares about that? Why are you so good at English?
Well, I was the head of the International Relations Department before I retired.
What? The International Relations Department? That's the most elite department in this company. And you were the head?
Right now, I'm working as a part-time worker since I had to retire. Also, I studied language in college, which is where I learned to speak English.
You graduated college? I thought you were just a high school graduate.
When did I say such a thing? Besides, you shouldn't judge people on their academic backgrounds.
What?
Well, the presentation went well since I took your place, so everything ended up alright, I guess.
What do you mean?
Your translation was full of mistakes.
What? Like where?
Basic spelling and grammar. There were some parts where I couldn't even understand what you were saying.
What?
We needed to hand in the presentation by noon, so I quickly fixed all your mistakes. I can't imagine what would have happened if you turned in that presentation.
No way! Are you sure I made so many mistakes? Yes, I am. Or would you like me to show the others the presentation you made? I wouldn't if I were you. It's a bit ironic though. Thanks to me taking your place, we were able to make a $5 million deal with D corporations. What? We were able to make a $5 million because you took my place? Why do I have to be fired? I was just supposed to be promoted and become an executive at this company right away. This wasn't supposed to happen.
You made a promise with the CEO, right? You promised that you wouldn't use your connections with him to do harm, and that you wouldn't look down on others just because you knew him. And that you would be humble and listen to what the senior employees said. Maybe you didn't do anything immediately harmful with your connections, but you obviously looked down on everyone you met. You were only hired because the CEO took pity on you, since you couldn't find a job after graduating, right? Yet you still took such an arrogant attitude. That's how you returned his kindness, so no wonder he got mad.
Please, Mrs. Zimmerman, can you convince them to hire me again?
Why?
You used to be the head of the International Affairs Department, right? They'll listen to what you say.
But I'm just a part-time worker now. I have no right to interfere in such matters.
Just try telling them.
Impossible.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Please, I'm begging you.
It seems you wouldn't understand unless I tell you this directly. I don't want to work with you, Miss Forbes.
Huh? What do you mean?
You're finished with what you have to say now, right?
Mrs. Zimmerman?
Bye. Miss Forbes faked her illness on the day of the meeting with D corporations. Not that I ever believed she was actually sick. She was planning on making me do the presentation instead of her. And to come in halfway through to save the day. She didn't expect me to be able to speak English so fluently. The CEO found out about what she was trying to do and got mad and forced her to resign. Her parents were pretty disappointed in her as well. She tried finding a new job, but failed miserably. So she instead tried to get married. She fell in love with a handsome man and they started living together. She now just lives with him and does everything he says.